Bag Brigade. I know you're not used to seeing me like this, not walking around the streets tonight, but strap in. Amazon reportedly in talks. I say reportedly, it seems like it's happening. In talks to invest about 10 billy in OpenAI. And OpenAI is already committed to a $38 billion 7-year AWS compute agreement, if you didn't know that. So, yeah, that's not an investment. No, 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 no. That's just money doing laps, okay? And the part nobody's really saying out loud, this AI circular payment infrastructure is basically how the whole MAGA 7 is playing this game, except for one. Stick with me. I am going to walk you through this whole thing as we are winding down this fucking crazy year 2025. And we're going to be continue to do this into 2026. So let's get into it.
Bloomberg on the track.
All right. It's like Stevie Wonder, baby. Let's get it. So yes, as you can see on the charts, this is Amazon in pre-market trading. So you had a nice little gap up here off the news. It's up like 1.2%. It's nothing crazy, but that's a significant move. And I bet you it sells off right when the market opens, as usual. Buy the rumor, sell the news, right? So let's talk about this real quick. I don't want to leave that cliffhanger on you. All right. Now, I'll pull up this article. So I think this is a Reuters article, right? Reuters, however you say it. So December 17th. Yep. Okay. So Amazon in talks to invest about 10 billion in OpenAI, sources said. Reuters. Amazon Inc. is in talks to invest in ChatGPT maker OpenAI in a potential deal that could value the artificial intelligence firm at more than 500 billion. A source familiar with that matter said on Tuesday. Here's the deal. Here's what's being reported, right? So Amazon's in early talks, right, to invest. And it's $10 billion or more, potentially valuing OpenAI at $500 billion. The strategic angle here, see, OpenAI would use Amazon's Trainium AI chips, I think is what it is, right? It's in here. I was reading it earlier. Yeah, Trainium, yeah, whatever. These terms they come up with, like I don't even. It's almost difficult to pay attention to them at this point because it's like a bunch of nothing. They'll make up any words, anything. But yeah, they're supposed to be like using the Trainium AI chip supposedly, and the AWS like capacity load. And Microsoft on that same note, by the way, it's still in the mix, right? Reuters, how do you ever say it, right? Reported or reports that Microsoft has about a 27% stake, I believe, and exclusive rights to offer OpenAI's models, right, via its cloud. You dig? So the circle starts up again, right? Ah, man. So let's define what's happening in human language, not idiot language, right? Big tech invest in AI lab. Big tech invest in AI lab. Step 2. AI lab immediately signs a giant deal to buy compute from big tech. Step 3. Big tech books revenue, justifies Capex, stock go up. Step 4. The AI lab raises more money, buys more compute, and the loop keeps looping. See, I'm shocked that government officials haven't stepped there. Something hasn't happened. I mean, I just kind of tells you, hey, well, they're in on it, right? Or everybody's in on this shit. See, it's like a landlord giving tenant like a huge loan. See, only as long as the tenant uses it to prepay rent to the landlord. There's no bottom there. There's no baseline. It's like fucking fairy dust money. That's what that's the best way I can put it for normal folks, okay? Landlord give tenant money, tenant has to prepay landlord with that money. That's what's going on. And this loop, it's not theoretical. See, Amazon's already done a version of this with Anthropic. I talked about this on a previous video. Anthropic itself said Amazon's total investment reached, I think it was like 8 billion, and AWS became its primary cloud training partner. Okay. Like, I mean, at this point, none of this is shocking. So the OpenAI version is basically Amazon funds you. You become a giant AWS tenant. Amazon can say AI demand is exploding, rinse and fucking repeat. It's that simple. This is kindergarten shit, people. Like literally, like they must think they're geniuses for coming up with this. But at this point, it's literally if you can draw a circle, then you're a fucking billionaire. Wall Street calls them the Magnificent Seven: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta, Nvidia, Tesla. I call him the MAGA 7 because it's just fitting with Trump's crazy ass in office, that fucking lunatic. See, the point isn't that all seven do the exact same thing. See, the point is most of them are tied into some version of this AI CapEx flywheel, anyways. Start with Amazon since we're talking about them, right? Potentially, Amazon invest 10 billion in OpenAI, while OpenAI is already in a $38 billion AWS deal. Riddle me that. Microsoft still heavily tied to OpenAI economics and distribution rights. Google, same structural idea. Cloud plus chips pulling AI workloads into an ecosystem. Meta spending aggressively on infrastructure to compete in personal AI and assistance. I don't even know what the fuck that means, Mr. Zuckerberg. You fucking it, like Zucky fuck. Nvidia. It's like the toll booth, right? Everyone's capex becomes a revenue story. Tesla, heavy AI compute needs through autonomy or robotics and narratives, whatever Elon, go to Mars. But here's the twist. Da, 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 da. You got it. Where's Apple at? Where my dogs at? I'm just kidding. I mean, I don't at this point, but see, the reason this money loop matters is because it rides shotgun with an absolutely unhinged capex arm race. If you don't understand what I'm saying, like, well, business press has been tracking this, like the way big tech's capex guidance keeps marching higher. Meta alone, dude, has talked about higher infrastructure costs and bigger spending ahead. Like, okay, I mean, that doesn't shock me, but it's like they don't have any boundaries here. They're just saying whatever they fucking want to at this point, and people are buying into this shit. Yahoo Finance has been summarizing the broader theme: hyperscalers pushing capex intensity higher as they chase AI demand. I'm just reading my little notes here because there's so many different terms and things they use. The Guardian has reported expectations that the biggest AI players could spend hundreds of billions across a short span on AI related capex. Okay. So here's the investor question nobody wants to honestly answer, though, right? On earnings calls, at least, because I didn't hear it, but I don't even, did they ask the question? I don't know. Is this spending, is the spending creating sort of like a real external demand? I mean, or just building an internal ecosystem where everybody buys from everybody? Because that's what it sounds like. Because if your demand stays explosive, cool, what up? But if demand slows, no. See, you don't just turn off data centers, you eat depreciation, you eat fixed cost, and Wall Street suddenly remembers, oh shit, math does exist. Now we're going to get into a fresh angle here, though. See, Apple is that one mega name that's least structurally dependent on the cloud rent loop, right? See, Apple isn't trying to be the compute landlord for the world. Apple's strategy is basically one, on device AI first, run it on Apple Silicon in your pocket, right? Two, private cloud commute. Okay, private cloud commute, right? PCC. Just you remember that term, PCC. I'm going to continue to use PCC instead of private cloud commute when needed, right? So private cloud commute when needed. Apple says PCC is built so that personal data sent to PCC isn't acceptable to anyone other than the user, not even to Apple, right? Running on custom Apple silicon servers. Number three, right? Partner optionality. What is that? Oh, they integrate best in class models as an option without turning themselves into a hyperscaler rent payer. And here's a huge piece of your thesis. See, Bloomberg reported Apple wasn't paying OpenAI cash for the ChatGPT partnership. Apple viewed distribution to, I don't know, hundreds of millions of devices as the value. So while everyone roasted Apple for being late to the AI circle jerk party, they never even really walked in the door at this point. Apple avoided probably the most dangerous part of the cycle. It's funny because I was having a conversation about this earlier, and it really made me want to talk about it, but I didn't have didn't have a full basis here. But like, as soon as I saw the Amazon thing, I was like, you know what? That's it. They're all in on it, and Apple's like the last one, and it's like, this might be. See, there's a reason why they were behind on the AI thing. I mean, they're not stupid. They had a plan, in my opinion. Like, this is just an opinion. I don't know enough about what's going on with Apple. I am just telling you, kind of makes sense, right? One of the top companies, which had the highest market cap in the world for the longest time until fucking Nvidia blew everybody's shit out the water and, what goes up must come down kind of thing. They're just sitting there looking at it, it's like, well, we don't want to get addicted to Capex. Like, so getting addicted to Capex just to stay relevant doesn't make sense to smart people. And they're not, just following in the footsteps like a bunch of sheep, I guess. I don't know. But I'm starting to just kind of put all this together, right? So, anyways, I could leave that on the screen, but I just wanted to check in on all Amazon. Oh, it's coming down. Shocker. So Apple's bet is like, hey, let the hyperscalers light their money on fire in the cloud. Like, you know, we'll own the front door, the device, the username, and the margins. See, that's a strategic plan. And I feel like they've known this for years at this point, right? Now, if you really honestly think about it, that's in my opinion, right? Now, I'm not trying to, I'm not 100% like sitting here fucking hooping and hollering Apple. I'm just calling a spade a spade. Let's be fair though, there is a bear case in every situation. I was looking into this too. See, if Apple leans too hard on partners, I guess, like I don't, is that the right way to say it? Apple becomes the world's prettiest interface for somebody else's brain. You dig? Think about that. Apple leans too hard on partners. Apple becomes the world's prettiest interface for somebody else's brain. See, Reuters reports Apple is expected to license Google's Gemini model for a major Siri overhaul, supposedly around 1 billion a year, actually, as a temporary solution while Apple works on its own AI. I don't even know why they would do it. Just like lease the AI technology out at this point. I mean, they're already kind of doing that, and I don't know what to do. Anyway, the Apple story is a trade-off though. So think about it. You have your bull case, right? Your bull case, you have margin protection, you have privacy posture, I guess you could say, and you also have like on-device economics. Your bear case is going to be the renting intelligence thing, like leasing it, right? Like I was just saying. While competitors own model capability, I guess, end to end stuff. I don't know. This is in my notes, but Apple might be early to the privacy AI shit, but late to own the brain. This is me being dumb. Think about it though. So the three takeaways I have for you on this lovely video that I've put together. Number one, track the cash flow quality, right? Not just the AI headlines. Okay. So if growth depends on circular infrastructure or circle jerk payment structures, that's a different beast than real external demand. You dig? Capex is number two. Capex is the bet, right? Depreciation, it's the bill. This spending can build moats, castles, all this bullshit, right? Or build landmines at the same time. See, watch CapEx intensity and the return on the compute, as they like to say, compute. It's yeah. Apple is the outlier trade. And this is number three. If AI becomes commoditized, Apple's anti-loop strategy could protect their margins. See, if AI becomes a winner take most model war, Apple might have to pay some tolls. So the puzzle ain't done getting put together yet. I'm going to look into it too. So, but I would like to know your thoughts on this, Tell me in the comments. Please, I encourage this shit. Is Amazon's OpenAI move genius? Or is it just money doing laps at the scale? Boy, because I don't know yet. But ask yourself that question. Is Amazon's OpenAI move a genius move? Or is it just money doing laps at the scale? We're going to find out, but not on this episode. Like, subscribe, do those YouTube things, and I'll see you degenerates on the next one. And remember, well, I don't ask why. I ask why not, because why the fuck not at this point, right? Like seriously, you have to just kind of laugh at some of the stupid shit that's going on in the world today. I apologize. I've been like kind of under the weather, and yeah, yeah. But there'll be a link for the Bag Brigade Discord community in the description. Still at this moment, free. We're not charging yet. If we even ever end up charging, I don't know. I have to figure out what I want to do with it. Um, but you do have to fill out an application. That there's no getting around that. And eventually, either myself or one of the mods will review the application, and you either get in or you don't. That's just the way it's going to be. But you don't even have a shot if you don't at least put your application in, right? So click the link. If you can't find it in the description, it will be in there. You can always go to the YouTube homepage and there's a link right there. Go to the Twitter. There's a link right there too. I'll show you. It's right here. Uh-huh. This is it right here. See, you click it. Oh my God. And then you can, you know, fill out the application. You dig? It's your boy Chuck Bloomberg. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Have a good night.
Bloomberg on the track.